What's up, everybody? Starek here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a new video where I'll be recapping and analyzing the first day of the Circuit Superstars Invitational put on by Perre. If you are unaware, on November 6th and 7th, some of the fastest Circuit Superstar drivers were invited by the organizer Perre to a 2-day, 6-race event. The scoring for the event was similar to Formula 1, where there was a set point value for each position, and 1 point for each pole and the fast lap during the race. Please check out the full broadcast below, that is linked below. Perre and his co-host Palladean did an amazing job commentating as well as pushing through some of the technical difficulties that happened during the broadcast. I would also like to personally thank McVision and Tyra, who both informed me that they recommended to Perre to invite me after they had to pull out. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Hey guys, before we go on and look into race 1, I just want to let you know that I am still streaming on Twitch, so find the link below in the description if you want to follow me and see some live Circuit Superstar action. As well as don't forget to subscribe if you like my content and want to get notified when I put out new content, then definitely hit the notification button. Alright, let's get into the first race. First off, before we begin, I'm going to kind of introduce all the drivers that we have here. First up is Kenjo. Next is Lieutenant Surge, Mike Murphy, WhiteVanMan, me, Starek. Next up is Hotshot, and then Palo, Doghouse, the one and only Minardi Simsport, Ladog, 10, and Itikin. Alright, let's get into the first race. This was an interesting choice by the drivers, and I think a great choice for the first race. 8 laps of feathers on Faenza, the track that was modeled off of Imola. This is a great choice for racing, as the feathers are known to have a great close racing potential. You will see this in this race and race 3. Unfortunately, I do not put in the best qualification lap and am starting in 11th. Alright, starting the race, we are behind 10 and in front of Ladog. Unfortunately, there was an incident between us and us back 3 drivers. Let's watch. No one's fault. It looked like 10 just wanted to take the corner super slow and not hit the cars in front. Unfortunately, this did not work out in my favor, as well as Ladog. All I can say is that I probably should have taken the corner a little bit slower, knowing that I'm in 11th. There's a lot of cars in front of me. I should have took it a little bit slower, and yeah, no one's fault there. It's all good. After the incident, I just put my head down and ran my own race. My pace, to be honest, was amazing. You will see at the end my fast lap was top 6, and finally I catch up to the cars in front on lap 4. Catching up to the back of the pack here, I'm just trying to find any opportunity I can to pass the dog. Here, I was able to take advantage of Kenjo getting a penalty and get past him for 10th. On the last lap here, into turn 4, I'm able to take advantage of 10 and Lieutenant Surge, tussling up front, getting past Ladog, but unfortunately into turn 5, the next corner, Ladog is able to go on the inside of me and pass me back. I do try on the last couple corners to try to get past the dog, but unfortunately I kind of get into him and had to back out, so I didn't wreck him. So a little unfortunate that my race was ruined in lap 1, but I was able to catch back up and show that I really have a good pace here. As you can see in the standings here that I had the 6th fastest lap during the race, so definitely showed my pace here. Looking at the standings after race 1, we can see that we all just finish overall the way we finished the first race, as there hasn't been any other races. I'm in 10th, gaining 3 points overall, behind Ladog and in front of Kenjo. Getting into the second race, the race was 14 laps of 80s GP on Sugar Hill. Again, I have a horrible qualification lap and finish in 10th. I think this was mainly due to the nerves and the stress involved, as this was for sure the fastest lobby I have ever raced in. Luckily, Ladog and Lieutenant Surge also made some mistakes in their qualification laps. Lap 1 was action-packed. Luckily, there were no crashes in turn 1, but as you see here, I had to take the chicane slow as the cars in front were going slow. In turn 5, Itikin takes the corner wide and I'm able to get to the inside, but do not make the pass stick in turn 6. Into turn 7, I mistime my braking and get into the back of Itikin. Totally my fault here, I should have braked earlier, and I'm super sorry to Itikin here, as it negatively affected him for sure. Into turn 1, Itikin gets a penalty and I am able to get past. Here, Lieutenant Surge makes a mistake in the chicane, and I am able to get a run on him on the inside into turn 5 and take the corner tight to pass him for 9th. Into the first corner, I make a mistake and get into a penalty. This allows Ladog to get up on my backside, and I'm basically, the rest of these laps, I'm just trying to keep him from getting past me. Kenjo goes into the pits, but the strategy here is a 0 stop, so I was pretty excited when this happened. 10 makes a mistake in the chicane, and I am able to get past him. Hotshot 10 and Ladog pit on lap 7, probably seen late that it might have been a 1 stop, but as we'll see later, it was not a 1 stop. And for some reason, the frontrunner Palo pits on lap 8. Palo, running the alternate strategy, catches up to me on the last lap. Into the last corner, I defend the inside, and Palo attempts to pass. He gets a little into me, but I think that was alright, because it was my right to defend there, and it wasn't too bad of contact, so no worries there. This was a great race for me, moving up from 10th to 5th, from basically making no mistakes and having the right strategy for the race. All the practice I did before the event definitely paid off, as I was able to see the pattern that like 90% of the 80s GP races were 0 stops. And looking at the overall standings after race 2, we can see that I jumped from 10th to 7th, gaining 10 points for a total of 13. I'm behind Itikin and in front of Palo. The last race of the day was again feathers for 11 laps on Magladina. My quali lap for this third race was mistake-free, but I would say not my smoothest or my fastest. As you can see, the whole field was within a half a second, so I can't really complain about being 11th here. Fairly clean first set of corners for everyone. Here I give Doghouse a little love tap. So here I give Kenjo a kick to the outside, 100% my fault. Really sorry to Kenjo about this, definitely my fault. I should have given him the space on the outside as I saw him gaining on me here, but during the race here I was just dead set on getting to the race line for the corner, which resulted in this kick. As Doghouse gets offline into turn 1 and 2, I'm able to make this pass stick into turn 3. WhiteVanMan also gets offline into turn 1 the lap after, and I'm able to stick the same pass again for 7th. And here's the big crash that ruins the race for me. A couple of things here. You can see as WhiteVanMan turns in, I had turned in a little too early and had to correct, which sent me way offline. The other thing was that Doghouse was coming in super hot and didn't have the time to avoid me. After I help him make the turn, I get a penalty, unfortunately. Couple of drivers in front of me make some mistakes, get into the penalties, and I'm able to gain 2 spots here. Here, Doghouse gets a penalty, and I pass him. And a mistake from me sends me back down to 11th. Definitely just adding insult to injury. Wow, what an absolute roller coaster of a race for me. I was super proud that I was able to make my way up to 7th, but due to my mistake, I finished 11th sadly. The biggest thing I can take away from this race is that I should let a passerby on the straights and fall in behind so that I can be on the racing line for the turn. Because if you don't do that, then you would leave yourself open to another passer, as you will not be on the racing line. All right, let's look at the standings after the last race of the day. We can see that I gain only 2 points after finishing 11th. Going up to 15 points, I drop from 7th down to 10th. And again, I'm going to be behind Ladog and Kenjo. Overall, I think this day went okay. I would say average. The first race, just super unfortunate that I got into the back at 10. And that just kind of ruined the race from there. I did make a pretty good comeback there. Race 2 was a lot better. I basically was mistake-free, just capitalized on people's mistakes, gaining positions, and then also gaining a bunch of positions when everyone took the alternate strategy to go for a one-stop. Race 3, of course, was, again, it started off really good. It was definitely a roller coaster. Got up to 7th, and then unfortunately made a mistake and went back down to 11th to finish there. But overall, pretty happy with the day. Definitely a lot of mistakes from me, and all I was thinking after this day was like, hopefully day 2 will be better for me. But definitely check out my video in a week where I will also be going over day 2 of the Invitational. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment below if you have any thoughts on any of the racing incidents that happened in the races. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you want to catch the day 2 recap and analysis video next week. Thanks, and I'll see ya.